Hey everyone, it is your girl Dr. Samara and I am back with another video. In this video, guys, I'm going to show you how to simply place a trade within your Ola Prime trading platform. It is very simple and very easy. This is also beginner friendly. So if you have already created your challenge account with your Hola Prime, this video is going to show you how to go ahead with placing your trades and making some profits. All right.
He want the scoop, she want the tea, she want the tea. I cannot speak, we keepin' it street, we keepin' it street. I took a loss, but you still gon' get beat, you still gon' get beat. How much it costs? It never been cheap, it never been cheap.
So guys, as you guys can see, first things first, the only pair that I simply trade, well, it's not a pair, it's an indice, is going to be NAS 100. In order to determine or find the symbol that you normally trade, all you have to do is go to this left-hand corner here where it has all of the different symbols, prices, all of that good stuff. What's easy about it is you can actually type in NAS, or if you simply trade maybe EUR, USD, there you go, and you just basically select it and it will pop up with the chart here. So we're just going to stick with NAS because that is the pair that I simply trade. As well as, guys, as you guys can see here, you have all of the many different types of indicators that you can use. So once you sign into your account, after you purchase your challenge through Hola Prime, this is what your platform or your screen should look like. Currently, I am on my computer. You could also use this on your phone. As you guys already know, I'm very busy, so I typically use this on my phone, but because the phone screen is a little bit much more smaller compared to the computer screen, I went ahead for just educational and demonstration purposes only. I went ahead with using the computer screen, okay? So first things first, guys, as you guys should already know, the first thing that I want to identify is basically the overall trend for the pair that I am trading. As you guys can see here, with NAS, if you've been following, it is still a buy trend. It is going into an uptrend, okay? This is an uptrend. At one point in time, it did have a downtrend, okay? So it was a lot more sell opportunities versus buy, but right now NAS has a lot of buy opportunities. So with that being said, I want to go ahead and pursue more buy opportunities rather than sell opportunities, correct? The next thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go back to the the 4-hour chart, and just to make sure that it is overall an uptrend. I usually want to confirm that my day chart, my 4-hour, as well as my 1-hour is all aligned as far as the trend. So looking at the 4-hour, it is still an uptrend, and we're just going to go ahead and make sure our 1-hour is also in an uptrend. As you guys can see here, it is still in an uptrend. And so that just solidifies that, hey, I am going to ultimately look for buy opportunities. Your lower time frame, which is basically going to be that 30 or that 15-minute chart, is basically going to give you the idea of what price entry point you need to get into the market as far as your pending order that you will place versus determining if it is an uptrend versus downtrend. I've been getting a lot of questions from you guys to go over that. Guys, I make sure that the day chart, the 4-hour and the 1-hour are all aligned as far as the trend, because those are our longer time frames, and we know that within a couple of hours to a day, that's the overall movement. The 15-minute is just something that you want to use as far as getting a very precise price entry points as well as TP for you to get in and get out. Okay, this is not something that you want to confirm as far as the trend, because it's going to be maybe opposite, or it may follow just with the 4-hour, 1-hour in the day, but most of the times it's doing its own thing because it's at a much faster time frame of 15 minutes, right? So anything can happen in 15 minutes versus an hour. You have a lot more wiggle room within an hour versus 15 minutes. So let's go ahead and get started with actually zooming into our chart a little bit. Okay, so right now what I'm actually trying to do is we're gonna get some of our support and resistance lines together, guys. By doing so, what you will need to do is go ahead and press this pencil key or this pencil icon that you see here. We're gonna go with our horizontal line, and we're looking for our flat bottoms, flat tops, as well as the candles that are aligned together. Again, guys, I have referenced a lot of this information in my previous videos. So if you are a beginner, it's very important that you go through all of my videos to get a very good sense of how to trade and how I go about with my trading. We're gonna actually go with red, so I'm gonna change the color here. Actually, let's do purple. That's actually my favorite color. And then let's see if we can make it a little bit thicker so that we can see it a little bit more. And then we're just gonna go ahead and start creating our resistant line here. So as you guys can see here, I see a nice wick, two wicks together, but I really see that the closure of this candle are aligned with each other. So I'm going to put it right here. Again, we're going to make it purple just so that we can see it a little bit more, and we're going to make it thicker. Okay. All right. So then we're going to keep going. Go ahead with the horizontal line again. So as you guys can see here with this two candles right here. All right, again, we're gonna change that color to purple and then change the thickness of it. So that's pretty much where we're at. And then I like to go ahead with another horizontal line. We're gonna make another support line in here. As you guys can see, you see these two candles here. So the wicks are almost aligned, but we're looking at the closure of these candles. As you guys can see, they do match with each other, and that's what we're going for. It doesn't have to be precisely the same, but we want it to be leveled out because we know that one point of time the market did surpass that area as far as the price entry. Okay, so currently, guys, the market is at 23,138, but I'm going to go in for a buy. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to place a buy stop for 23,166. You can add the 0.19 if you want it that precise, but I just go ahead with just the whole number. I delete the decimal. But if you want it exactly the way you see it, you can go ahead and do so, right? And then I'm going to actually put my TP as 23,182, okay? With the size of my account, I am not going to actually create a stop loss simply because I know and I am confident that my trade is going to hit the TP because actually my TP is not too far away from 166, okay? Now, if you have a smaller account size, it's very important that you do create that stop loss. What I normally do based on what you feel comfortable with is typically you just kind of subtract what 10 pips would be if you're willing to lose 10 pips versus simply just creating another support or resistant line. You find that candle, as I mentioned to you guys before, or the wicks. So you can go ahead and do that. We're going to go ahead and change that as well. Go ahead and change the thickness. So as you guys can see here, you can actually have your stop loss at 23,145 is what we see here. Okay, that can be your stop loss. Okay, so very simple, very easy. So we've already determined how we're going to get into the market and how we're going to get out. Now, the final step is actually placing this into the actual market. Okay, what you'll do is go to your left side corner. So I'm just going to stick with 0.1. Okay, this is actually the lowest you can go to. Okay, we're gonna press new order. Okay, we're gonna go to pending order. As I told you guys before, we do buy stops, right? We're going to go ahead and add for take profit. The price for our take profit is actually going to be 23,182. 182, as you guys, So 23, 182. All right, so that is where we're at, right? Then we're going to go ahead and change our price entry. Okay, price entry is going to actually be 23,166. Okay, so as you guys can see here, this is pretty much what you will do. Okay, so then we'll go ahead and place, just like this, guys, buy stop. You just go ahead and select it. Let's see. Okay, so as you guys can see here in your right hand corner, it says buy 0.1 NAS 100 at price 23,166. So currently it is pending. Okay, a good thing about our pending orders is that we don't necessarily have to watch this. You can come back to it once you feel like it, right? You can come back to it and see if it has hit its TP. And I mean, guys, it's such a simple technique as far as getting in and getting out. Okay, look at your pending orders here at the bottom and just make sure that you do have it. So right here, we just want to verify that, okay, this is what our price entry is. So our price, it looks like it did not take our take profit. So we're going to go ahead and change that. And we're going to go ahead and put 182. You always want to make sure that it does save. So now we do have our take profit. Okay, so now you see that our TP is here and then our pending orders right here. Okay, always make sure you have your TP. That's why it's important that you go down here at the very bottom corner to make sure that your pending orders is accurate. Okay, so again, our activation price is at 23,166 and our take profit is at 23,182. Okay, you could put a stop loss, guys. All you would have to do is just add that in there, but we're not going to put a stop loss simply because of what I just mentioned earlier. But if you wanted to create a stop loss, it could be 23,150. Okay, again, when it comes to creating stop losses, it's the same process that you're creating with finding your price entry as well as your take profit. Very simple, very straightforward, guys. Do not make trading Forex super hard, because it's not meant to be hard at all, guys. So that is basically the way of how to set a pending order on Hola Prime. Very simple, very straight to the point. And I hope that this was very helpful for you so that you can get started with simply getting into the market and getting out. Last thing I wanted to share with you guys, with Hola Prime, guys, there's so many different great benefits with Hola Prime as it being a prop firm, guys. Hola Prime is one of those prop firms that I wish I had access to years before when I first got started with trading. Prop firms are very hard to find, especially prop firms that are willing to give back into their traders and actually provide them with great benefits, right? With Hola Prime, guys, what makes them so completely different from other brokers is going to be that payout in 1 hour, guys. There's not many brokers or prop firms out there that would literally pay you within 1 hour after you have submitted your withdrawal. Okay, of course it has to be processed, but once it's processed and they sent you that email to verify that, hey, this is you that wanted to do this withdrawal, once they process it, guys, it literally takes an hour to complete. With Hola Prime, they offer one-on-one coaching. They also offer challenges as less than $48, as well as they have been recently featured in Forbes for just transparency altogether. And they have challenges up to $300,000. Okay. And like I stated before, they have 1 hour payouts. I mean, this is unbeatable, right? And then, of course, if you are a basketball player, if you are someone who loves the NBA, we have Karl Anthony Towns, who has endorsed Hola Prime and what Hola Prime has to offer for their traders. I mean, the sky is the limit with Hola Prime, right? So our pending order has not been activated just yet. It is currently about to go its way up there. So it is going to happen pretty soon. As you can see, it's 23,152. I'm actually going to keep it here. So if you're wanting to wait until this account gets going, we can just hold it here, guys. But other than that, I want to say thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for your continued love and support on this channel. And of course, guys, if there's any other things that you want me to amplify as far as going into detail to better educate you and build your knowledge, comment down below in the comment section of what other videos you would like for me to participate in, so that we can help get you established within trading altogether. But if you want to go ahead and just continue watching this trade to see if it will be active, go right ahead, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And if you haven't already, go ahead and go like, comment, and subscribe to your girl's channel, because it's what? It is free, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.